not to get angry because people don't like what I'm going to say. At least a month before the march, I was one of the first people to say that the march was a ceremony, a waste of time, and a Farrakhan con game. I said it because I know Farrakhan, and I know other con games that he's played. My remarks will be centered around Farrakhan, a faker, Maulana Karenga, another faker, and the word atonement. I don't have to defend my political relationships because I have been a political left radical for most of my life, and I have been a severe critic of the left for most of my life, and for which I have no apologies. Now, the Million Man March was an achievement. An achievement for who and for what? Anytime you gather that many people together and the speeches last 4 and 5 hours, and you do not bring Africa in focus, in relationship to the African people of the world, you are out of order. You might as well talk about a child without talking about its mother and its father. Now, let's look at the intent of Farrakhan, and let's look at a serious disease in our community that plagues Farrakhan as well as others, and that is ego starvation. We are lacking in a special kind of stroking that makes us secure. Let's look at the fact that Malcolm X was the tutor of Farrakhan, and he turned on Malcolm X and said that Malcolm X was a traitor to the nation, and the nation had a right to punish him. Now, can you trust in leadership people who would turn on a friend? I have said many times, if Farrakhan would sell one of his stretch limousines, he could send a black student through medical school. You have gathered to aggrandize a faker who is not accountable to you for anything. He has not accounted to you for the $5 million he got from Libya. Libya is part of the fundamentalist Arab clique who wants to Islamize Africa or destroy it. Who congratulated him after the march? Libya and a high politician from Iran. Libya has been instigating to move to the south into the great corridor that is Sudan. If you take the Sudan, that corridor gives you a straight shot into South Africa, and Libya will join the whites to reconquer Africa. They have no compunction about it because they do not think of themselves as an African people, and like all conquerors, they declared war on all forms of African culture. Because Farrakhan belongs to fundamentalist and reactionary Islam, he knows nothing about revolutionary Islam that is African Islam. In Arab Islam, no woman ever held state power. In African Islam, women not only held state power, but in African Islam, women are the masters of the marketplace. Go to West Africa right now. Most of the concessions are controlled by women. Go to East Africa where you find African Islam. It's man controlled. Because the Arabs destroyed the matrilineal and installed the patrilineal. Farrakhan has not answered to us. For some things we should have obviously asked some questions about. After the Million Man March, the Caribbean News had a headline hailing the march in the triumph of the West Indian Farrakhan. How did Farrakhan suddenly become a West Indian? He wasn't born there. Why are you emphasizing his West Indianness now? He ain't got no West Indian support. Why did you let Farrakhan get away with saying repeatedly the slave ships stopped in the West Indies and left the strong ones and brought the weaker ones over here, which is a lie, which proves he have no knowledge of how the slave ships, the slave trade operates. Why don't you know enough about your history to know how this trade operated? After the American Yankee Clipper outran the British man of war, and slavery was a new. He is pretty blessed by God. An Arab Muslim country. Farrakhan hadn't said one word about this because he is bought and paid for by the young men. Feel good rhetoric and run games on us and put money in here. Farrakhan. When are we going to confront him on the way he has addressed himself to our physical being? The whole concept of the curse wasn't in the Bible originally. It was drug in later. And whosoever drug it in and assigned it to God is a lie on God, because gods do not curse. That will make him ungodly. Now, let's go to the other thinker who wrote the mission statement. There is nothing in the mission statement that is new. There's nothing in the mission statement that hasn't been said before. And yet he's selling the mission statement out of a press he found called the University of Sangaree Press. He had no knowledge of the University of Sangaree, which was the university in Timbuktu. He had no knowledge of the great intellectual age at Songhay. And yet he claims that he literally, Karenga acts as though he has rewritten the Bible and did a better job than the original writer. He has not atoned to the community for his attempt to destroy the Panther movement. He has not atoned for being police informer. He has not atoned for the way he treated black women.
I wonder how John Henry Clarke passed away.
Mistreated and mutilated with darkened complexion. The women in his harem are light in complexion. The number one woman is a Mexican with what seemed to be an Afro wig. He not only has a color problem, he's got an ego problem too. When he travels, he rarely lives in the black community. And someone offered him some good, well-prepared black food, and he said he'd rather have...
Oh, man. Oh, that's another one coming? Let that one come in, man.
Someone offered him some good, well-prepared black food,
Another
and he said
10
he'd rather
minutes.
have a Big Mac.
Probably got me 10 minutes
With
of
his little
spurts.
stubby pig-like self,
Might have to go ahead and
he deserves a Big Mac.
gotta charge my phone if I can't record all this.
And